Hello creatives, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're doing well. So as you can see from the title of this video is on how to sew this beautiful top. So it's a wrap top, it's an infinity wrap top, and it's so cute. I love it because it's so versatile. You can style it in different ways. So for the styling video, I'm going to link it up there. I'm going to post it as a separate video from this one, but this video is just showing you how to sew it. It's really, really easy to make, and yeah, I just really love like the whole pleating thing going on, as you can see here. So yeah, that's just that for that. Please if you like this video, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe if you have not already, and also make sure that you comment down below if you like the dress and if you're going to recreate it, if you like the top and you're going to recreate it. So yeah, that's just that for that. I'm going to leave timestamps down below as usual, so if you're looking for anything in particular, then you can just go check that out. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. Alright guys, so these are the materials you're going to need. First of all, 3 yards of Ankara fabric, and then you're also going to need your basic toes. Then you're going to need your gum stay as well as your lining. So for lining and gum stay, maybe like 1.5 yards to 2 yards. Then you're also going to need a calculator. So the first thing you're going to go ahead to do is that you want to cut out the straps. Okay, the straps that are going to serve as like the top half of the top. So you're just going to go ahead to just measure. So I wanted mine to be about 10.5 inches wide, and I wanted it to be this wide so that I'll be able to wear it out. But like if you want it to be like kind of like a summer outfit, then you know you may make it like a little bit thinner. Is it thinner? Like not as wide, maybe like 8 inches. So I decided to cut it 3 times because like I decided to cut 3 straps because the Ankara fabric that I was working with was not up to 60 inches. Like the length wasn't 60 inches, it was 45 inches, but I wanted the length of the straps to be very long so that I'll be able to have like, you know, versatility when I'm styling the top. So that's just why I had to just, you know, cut 3 straps, and then I just divided one strap into 2, and then I just added it to each strap. Do you understand? So I had like 2 long straps. So if the fabric you're working with is not up to 60, then you can just do this as well. So after I cut it like this, I just went ahead to just, you know, snip that part there. So what I just did in this way was that I just like snipped a little bit, and then I just went ahead to just rip it apart like so. So this is just really helpful if you don't want to like waste time. It's like something that will just like be very fast, and it's to just fast track the process. So yeah, that's just what I did, and I did that until I got 3 straps. Alright, so to start cutting out the flare, you want to fold your fabric into 4 layers like so kind of easy. So I just folded it into 2, and then I folded it again. So that was how I got 4 layers, and then I just went ahead to do the exact same thing for the lining as well. I wanted to cut this out like straight forward. I didn't want to cut it out again and all of that. Okay, so this is just something that I just added. It was kind of like an experiment, and you know it worked out well because it gave me allowance for my zip allowance. So what I'm just doing here is that I'm just marking 1 inch from these from that part there, from where the fold is, as you can see. So I just marked 1 inch from the top to the bottom, and then after I did that, then I just went ahead to just, you know, draw a straight line just to connect that part those points together, and that just served as my zip allowance part, because you know I wanted this flare to like have a lot of like allowance, because I wanted it to be able to create pleats. You know, apart from the flare, I also wanted pleats so that, you know, it would be a very, very full flare and all of that. So this is optional. You don't have to do this if maybe you don't want like your flare to be that full. You just want it to be like exactly a circle flare that is on you. But this is just something that I added, and you know it worked out well, I guess. So yeah, that's just that for that. So once you're done with that, the first thing that you want to do is like want to get your waist measurements, your full waist measurements, and then you want to divide it by 6.24. Okay, so whatever measurement you get, when you divide it by 6.24, that is what we're going to be using to be able to create the opening that is going to serve as our waist. So once you get that measurement, you can just like approximate it to whatever figure you can get on your tape roll, and then after you do that, then you're just going to go ahead to just be measuring it from that point there like so. Okay, so you want to first of all measure it at the top and at the side there, as I did, and then you're just going to measure it in the middle, and then you're just going to, you know, use your chalk to just connect them like so. Okay, so if you're if you did not add your zip allowance, then you won't start from that line that I started from. Okay, you're going to be starting from the complete edge of the fabric. But if you are doing what I did, adding the zip allowance, then you can just go ahead to just do it exactly the way I did it. Okay, so now after you've done that, then the next thing that we're going to do is that you're going to measure the length of the flare. Okay, so how long do you want it to be? Okay, so as you can see, I did a kind of like high-low situation, so I had like two different lengths for this. You see how I will achieve that very soon. But for this one, the first thing that I want to do is I want to measure the shortest one. Okay, the shortest length. And for this measurement, you're going to have to measure from your waist. Okay, so whatever measurement from your waist to wherever you want the top to stop in your front, then you just measure that, and then you just measure it the exact same way I did. As you can see, just measure from like that quarter circle that we've already created at the top. You just measure it like so. So after you've measured that, then you're just going to go ahead to just go to that same top half circle that we've created, top quarter circle that we've created, and then you're going to measure the second measurement. Okay, so this second measurement is going to be the part that is going to be at the back, so it's going to be the longer one. So I just wanted it to be as long as possible, so I just measured like from that bottom part, wherever it stopped at the bottom, that was what I used. So from that point on, you just want to just freehand with this. Just want to try to create like a kind of like curved line that is going to go and meet up with that with the edge of the first flare that we created, like so. Can you see? So that's just what is going to be able to create that asymmetric. So the back panel is going to have that very long flare, and the front panel is going to have the short flare. Okay, so then after you do this is very good, and then you just want to just cut it out, and then we're going to work on how to actually like make it look actually asymmetrical and high-low. Alright, so once you're done opening and you open it up to like half, you will notice that it's going to be like this. So the next thing that you want to do is that you want to open it up all the way. Okay, you want to open it up all the way, and then what you're going to do is that you are not going to fold it again, but you're going to fold it on the other side. Okay, you know that before we folded it into half, but this time around we're going to fold it like this. Okay, so once you open it up, it should look like this, and you should have that first flare. You should be able to see that first flare that we created. You should be able to see the silhouette there, and then you also want to put the lining under, okay, so that you would be able to cut the lining as well. As you're cutting the fabric, you just be cutting the lining. Okay, and then now what you're going to do is that you're just going to start from that point, that chalk point, and then you're just going to cut out the other flare that we have there, the extended flare that we have there, as you can see. So you're just going to cut it out like so, and voila, you have your circle piece going on with the high-low. So the short part is going to be for the front panel, while the back part is going to be for the back panel. At this point, you want to divide the back panel into two, but I did not do that because I was just so eager to see how it would turn out, and it turned out really nice, as you can see. So I should have done this before actually opening it up, but I just went ahead to just refold it again like so, and then I just went ahead to just cut the center back like so, because that is where we're going to put the zipper in. So for my waistband, I just went ahead to just cut out a piece that was 6 inches wide, and then the length was the length of my waist, and then the length was my waist measurements, but I just added 2 inches to that just for zip allowance and all of that. So yeah, that's just that for that. Alright guys, so to start with the sewing, the first thing that you want to do is that you want to sew the straps. Okay, you want to hem the sides of the straps. So because we cut it out, we have to hem it at the sides so that everything looks neat and it doesn't, and the fabric doesn't fray the way it's fraying right now. So you're just going to go ahead to just hem the sides of the 3 straps. So as I said before, because I had to elongate the straps, because the straps would not be long enough, so I just took one of the straps and then I just cut it into half like so. So once I did that, I just took one original strap, and then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to join that half to the original strap, and I joined the 2 straps using the French seam because I just wanted it to look neat, because if I just like join it normally and I like overlock the stitches, it's just not going to look like professional. So what the French seam does is that it just makes everything look neat, and it's just the fabric that is going to be showing, as you can see in the picture. So yeah, so the first thing that you want to do is that you want to join the straps with the wrong sides facing each other. Okay, And then once you do that, then the next thing that you're going to do is that you're going to turn it to the wrong side again. And then after you turn it to the wrong side, then you're not going to go ahead to just sew it again. And what this does is that it just, hides the seam that you created, so that it's just going to be only the fabric that is going to be showing, and it's going to be like a seamed edge that is going to be showing. Like there's not going to be that overlooking anything like that, because that this is like going to be somewhere that we're going to be twisting and turning. So we just have to make sure that that place is neat, so that it doesn't look kind of like ugly and all of that. So what you want to do now is that you're just going to just put it with the right sides facing each other now. Before we sewed it with the wrong sides facing each other at first, but now you're going to sew it with the right sides facing each other. And then you want to ensure that you sew with like 1/2 inch of seam allowance, so that that seam that we created already, so that we're able to enclose it properly. So you just want to sew with like 1/2 inch of seam allowance with the right sides facing each other. And once you're done with that, your seam should look like this. As you can see, it's so neat, it's so nice, and it's just looking really nice. It's not safe to start showing any like overlooked edges or anything like that. So this is just something that you want to do in case you want to like make a seam that you want to be showing, but you want it to look neat. Then this is the way to go. The French seam is the way to go. And then once you're done with that, it's time for the flare. So what you're just going to do is that you're just going to get your pieces, and what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be sewing the hem of these pieces together. Okay, so we're going to be sewing the hem of the gum stay with the lining as well as the fabric. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is that you want to first of all place your gum stay first. Okay, your gum stay should come first, and after your gum stay, then you put your lining, and then after your lining, you're not going to put your fabric, like your main fabric. And the fabric, you should place it with the right side being down. Okay, so you want to ensure that the right side is facing the lining, and it's the wrong side that you can see like from up. And this is just so that when you turn it over like that, it's just going to show only the right side and then the lining, and then the gum stay is going to be like in between the lining and the fabric. So once you arrange it, you can just go ahead to just pin it down, so that you just sew straight, and you don't have to like start arranging as you're sewing. Alright, so once you open it up, it should look like this. As I said before, the gum stay should be in between the lining and the real fabric, and you should have something like this with neat finishing at the bottom. So then the next thing that you're going to go ahead to do is that you're going to go ahead to sew the top part. Okay, so you want to sew it down, so that everything is going to like lay in place, and everything will just be like structured, and it won't be like removing and all of that. So you just want to secure that part before you actually go ahead to like join this flare part to the waistband. So to start working on the waistband, the first thing that you want to do is that you want to pin it down together. Okay, so I cut it into like 6 inches, so that I'll be able to like fold it and it to be 3 inches, right? Do you understand? So that will serve as like the front and the back. So once you pin it down, then you're just going to go ahead to just fold that waistband into two. Okay, you're going to fold it into two, and why we want to fold it into two is that you want to get the middle point. Okay, you want to be able to notch the middle point, so that you know that okay, this is the middle point of this waistband that I already created. So once you like fold it into two, you're just going to go ahead to just get your scissors, and then you're just going to notch that middle point there like so. Okay, and then you just fold it into two again, so that will give you like 4 layers, right? And yeah, so that is just what you want. So you want to get the middle point, but you also want to get the sides, okay, which also serve as the like quarter measurement. Okay, so once you put it into 4, and you make sure that everything is aligned, then you're just going to go ahead to just notch that part there like so again. Okay, and then once you open it up, it's going to look like this. You're going to have the middle point, and then you're also going to have the quarter points like so. And then once you do that, then you're just going to go ahead to just separate the front and the back. So you're just going to use your scissors to just cut it out on the straight line, so that you'll be able to get 2 layers, which you're going to be using to create the waistband essentially. Okay, so once you do that, then you're just going to go ahead to just remove the pins, right? And then you're going to ensure that your waistbands are with the right sides facing each other. Okay, you really want to ensure that they're with the right sides facing each other. And once you're sure that it's the right sides facing each other, then you're just going to go ahead to just pin it down at the sides. So that's just that for that. So the first thing that you're going to be sewing to the waistband is you're going to be sewing the straps. Okay, that's the easiest method. You just sew the straps first, and then you sew the flare last. So as you can see, what you just want to do is that you just want to take one strap, and then what you're going to do with the strap is that you're going to align the straps with the middle point there like so, and the quarter point there like so. Okay, so that span is just like serving as like the front, right? Is like serving as like the front left. Do you understand? So like that quarter notch is just serving as the side seam. So you want to align it with the middle point and the quarter point, but as you can see, it's wider than that span, right? But that's a good thing because we're just going to add pleats, and the more pleats the merrier because it just makes it look better. So as you can see, you just want to put a pleat, like a kind of like 1 inch pleat in the middle, but this is only if like your strap is like too big. But if it's not too big, then you just want to put it down and just arrange it normally. So as you can see, once you do that, you just want to gauge, okay, is it going to reach like the notch of like my middle point and that quarter point? And if it does, that's good. So once you do that, then you're just going to go ahead to just put the strap into the waistband pieces like so. Okay, so you want it to be like in the middle, kind of like a sandwich situation. So you first of all want to align it with the notch at the middle like so, and then you're just going to go ahead to just pin it down, and then you're also going to align it with the quarter points and with the quarter notch, and then you're just going to pin it down like so. Okay, and then you're going to repeat the same process for the other side strap as well. And then once you're done with that, you're just going to go ahead to just sew it all the way down there like so. Okay, so you're going to be sewing the waistband straps as well, and the waistband pieces with the straps, and yeah, that's just what it's going to look like. Okay, and then once you sew it and you open it up, it's going to look like this, really neat. I really loved how it was showing pink and green. It was really nice. Okay, so once you open it up, it's just going to look like this. And then once you do that, then the next thing for you to do is to sew the flare with the waistband. So for the flare piece, you're going to do the exact same thing that we did for the waistband. We want to get the middle point as well as this as the quarter points, so that we'll be able to align it properly. Okay, so as you can see, you just want to fold the flare into two, and then you're going to notch that middle point there like so, and then you're going to fold it into two again so that you'll be able to get the quarter notch. Okay, so of course, the first thing that you want to do is that you want to align the middle points. Okay, you want to align the middle points of the waistband with the middle point of the flare, and then once you do that, then you're just going to pin it down. And so because of the allowance that we had at the waist, we had allowance to be able to add pleats to the flare, which is what I love. So there are two ways that you can add pleats. You can either have that really cute cascading detail going on, or the flare could just like come out like that. So I'm going to be showing you how you can achieve these two, and then you just decide the one that you want. So the first way that you can do it with the cascading one is the is like this. I'm going to be showing you the cascading effect first. So for the cascading effect, you want to align the quarter notch of the flare with the quarter notch of the waistband. Okay, and then once you do that, what you're going to do is that you're going to create a pleat in the middle of these two notches like so. Can you see that? So what you're just going to do is that you're just going to take the excess fabric that you're going to have, because you're going to have excess fabric, right? You're just going to take that excess fabric, and then you're just going to fold it and then just create a pleat with it like so. Okay, so that's just what you want to do. And then you're just going to pin the total edge of the flare with the total edge of the waistband, and then you're just going to do the exact same thing, which is that you're just going to take the excess between the excess between the edge between the edge and the quarter notch, and then you're just going to create a pleat like so. Can you see that? So that's just how you get the cascading effect. So as you can see, for the cascading effect, we're going to make a total of 2 pleats, right? We're going to make a total of 2 pleats for the cascading effect. But for the one that will just project at the side, is only 1 pleat that you're going to be making. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is that you just want to go ahead to just pin the edges of the flare and the waistband together like so. And then once you do that, then you're just going to just make a pleat. You're just going to take the excess that you're going to have from the edge of the from the edge. You're just going to take the excess fabric that you have from the edge to the middle, and then you're just going to create a big pleat with that one. Okay, so that's just how you can achieve these two, and then you're just going to pin it down like so. So as you can see, that is just how you can create two kinds of pleat effects. So it depends on you which one you want. I went with the cascading one because I just felt like it looked really nicer, and it just, you know, made it look like even better. But it depends on you which style are you going for, which look are you going for. And then once you're done with that, then you're just going to go ahead to just sew the flare with the waistband like so, and to sew it and just join it all the way till you get to the other edge of the flare and waistband. And then once you're done with that, it should look like this and all ready to just, you know, sew the zipper. And that's just that for that. So the first thing you want to do when you want to sew the zipper is that you just want to join the center back together like so. So you just want to pin it down together like so. And then once you do that, you're just going to get your zipper, and then you're just going to use your zipper to just measure, okay, this is where I would want my stitch to stop. So it doesn't really matter for this one, since you know it's like a flare, so you don't have to like use all of your zipper. So you can just like maybe like 2 inches above the where the zipper stops, and then you will just use your pin to just indicate, okay, that is where you want your zipper to stop. And then you're just going to sew the two pieces together like so. Okay, so starting from the bottom, you're just going to sew all the way till you get to where you indicated that your zipper is going to stop. And then once you do that, then you just want to go ahead to just remove the pins, and then you just want to open it up like so. And then the next thing that you're going to do is that you're just going to actually sew your zipper. So this is the point that you want to overlock all the raw edges so that everything is looking neat. I wasn't able to do that because as I wanted to like overlock the as I wanted to overlock some stitches, my needle broke. So yeah, that's just that for that. So as you can see, I'm just trying to use my hand to iron it. After you overlock it, then you want to go ahead to iron that part so that you know it just stays flat. But there was no light, so I just had to like go with this, and I had to like wear this dress, you know, soon. So that's why I had to just, you know, like I couldn't wait for them to bring lights. I couldn't wait to like change the needle of my overlocking machine. But yeah, that's just by the way. Okay, so then after you do that, what you're going to do is that you're going to sew the zipper. I'm going to make a detailed tutorial on how to sew a zipper. I do have a tutorial on how to sew an invisible zipper if that's what you're trying to do, but I'm going to like make a detailed tutorial on how to just sew like a normal zipper. So that's just that for that. So after I just open it up, I'm just going to place my zipper like so, like that. Can you see that? So I'm just going to like fold that white part. I'm just going to align it and make sure that you know it's at the top, and then you know the excess at the top, I'm just going to fold it in so that it doesn't show. And then I'm just going to use a pin to just, you know, secure that place down there. So as you can see, you just want to take that to your sewing machine, and then you just want to align it. So once you know that okay, your needle is inside, then you can just remove the pin. Is that you're going to sew the zipper on the fabric like so. Okay, and once you're done with your zipper, voila, your top is ready, 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 ready. Really cute top. I'm so obsessed. And yeah, that's just that for that. So as you can see, it's just looking ugly because I did not overlock it, but you want to go ahead to just overlock that part so it just looks neat. So yeah, that's just that for this top. Really, really easy to make, and it's just really cute. It really, you know, just adds like this beautiful effect that I love. So yeah, that's just that for that. I'm going to be making a detailed tutorial on how you can style this top in different ways, because it's an infinity top, so you can style it in different ways. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. Alright guys, so that is it for this tutorial. I hope it was easy for you to follow. If you have any questions regarding anything at all, just leave a comment down below and I will reply you. And also please make sure that you like this video, and also make sure that you comment down below. Okay, so as I said before, the styling video is going to be up there and it's going to be in my description box, so that if you want to, you know, learn how to style this beautiful versatile top, then you can do so. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.